What is down, everybody? It is your main course, Little Pancake, back with another video. And today, come, gather around the campfire. It's time for story time with Lil Pancake. Today, we're going to talk about how I was scarred for life playing badminton. And I don't mean mentally, I mean literally scarred. Like, it's still there. You could see it if you were looking at my face. But, so, let me set the mood, set the setting. I guess that's why I call it a setting, because you gotta set the setting. Never thought about that before. But, anyway, 9th grade me, okay? Just going into high school, right? I'm nervous. I was I had anxious, anxiety was kicking in, right? And I was trying to make new friends and everything. And I was in gym. I had plenty of friends from middle school, but in my high school, it's 2 middle schools merged together to form the high school. So I was meeting a bunch of new people, making new friends. And I was in gym, and I had 4 friends in that class. Three friends. I had 3 good friends in that class that I had known from middle school. And it wasn't the beginning of the year. It was the first semester, but I had made some new friends. I knew most of the people and all that. I would say it was probably about halfway through the first semester. Probably end of the first 9 weeks. Probably is what I would say. But anyway, so we had the badminton unit in gym, PE, physical education. We had the badminton unit. Okay. And I think I'm pretty good at badminton. I don't know. Anybody who knows me probably would say otherwise, but I think I'm pretty good at badminton. But, so we're playing. We had just finished a badminton tournament. No, we didn't finish it because we were behind, so we didn't get to finish that. But we had just finished starting a badminton tournament. And we were just messing around right before class ended. Me and 2 of my friends were playing against some other people and just messing around, not playing competitively or anything. Well, everything's competitive with me, but and I saw the birdie was coming towards me, right? I'm ready. I'll get it ready. I say, I got it. I yell, I got it. And and then I saw a badminton racket coming towards my face from above. And it hit right square in the face, right in on top of the bridge of my nose, just whacked me, right? And it was my buddy. He had came behind me, jumped up, tried to hit the birdie, missed. He missed the shuttlecock and hit me in the face with his racket, right? So I had my eyes closed. I said some things that I probably shouldn't have said to my friend. And then I opened my eyes, and all I could see was blood. And I had thought that he hit me in the face, and that my eye was bleeding, and I was gonna go blind, right? I went into panic mode. Then I wiped my eyes, and I could see clearly, and I was like, okay, thank God I'm not blind. And I figured out that it was my nose that was bleeding. I didn't know what part of my nose, whether it was out of my nostrils, the bridge of my nose, or what. And turns out it was everything about my nose was bleeding. And so I went up to the teacher. I was like, hey, Miss Smith, could I go to the nurse? And she turned around, looked at me, she went, oh my God, yeah, come on, come with me. And so she took me, wrote me a note, and my buddies packed my bag. I got it, I was walking to the nurse. I had a paper towel over my face. And, I wasn't in real bad pain. I guess my adrenaline was up or something. I wasn't in too much pain, right? So I had it on my face. I was walked into the janitor because the door was locked. I was like, hey, can you open the door, man? He's like, oh, yeah, man. What happened to you? I was like, badminton racket. He's like, I know. He's like, okay, I got you. And I was like, all right, whatever. And so I went to the nurse. Actually, I didn't know where the nurse's office was, so I had to ask somebody. I was like, hey, where's the nurse office? He's like, right over there. And I was like, all right, thanks, bro. And so I went to the nurse. The nurse was like, oh my gosh, what happened? I was like, I got hit in the face with a badminton racket. And it was at that point that I realized how stupid that sounded. I came to the realization that that was just a very stupid way to get all bruised and bloodied up and scarred and stuff. But anyway, so the nurse, she sat me down, cleaned my nose off, put a little bandage thing over top of it, and she called my dad. Okay, and I have the picture. Should I put the picture up? I don't know, it's pretty bloody, pretty gory. I don't even know if I could find the picture. But I took pictures of my face, sent it to my sister and my friends. Just be like, hey, what's up? This is what you did to me. How do you feel? And so the nurse called my dad. Okay. And so my dad was at work. My mom is usually who would deal with this stuff, right? She would, come pick me up and deal with everything. But she was at that point crossing the North Carolina-Virginia border, headed to a conference of some sort. I forget what it was, but she went with a friend to some women's conference or whatever. But so they called my dad. My dad, he's at work, right? I mean, he owns the business, so he could leave, but he was at work. He's like, well, can't you just bandage it up or something? And the nurse says, I mean, I could, but it would leave a pretty bad scar. And he's like, my dad, this is what he told me that he said. I didn't hear it. But he said, well, can't you just bandage it up? What would you do? He asked the nurse, what would you do? And the nurse said, well, it is his face, so I'd probably take him to the doctor. All right. So at this point, so my dad said, okay, I'll come get him. Right. Nurse said, your dad's coming. He'll be here soon. You can go sit in the chair over there and wait for him. So at this point, my dad calls my mom right after that and tells her what happened. And she freaks out, of course, because she's that kind of person. She's like, oh my God, is he okay? Right. And so then my mom calls my sister. My sister's in class. She was a junior that year. Sister's in class. My mom calls her and tells her to go check on me. Right? So my sister texts me and says, do you need me to come down there and check on you? And I'm like, no, don't do that. You know how bad that would look? He had to make his sister come and check on him when he got a bloody nose. What a wimp. Oh, gosh. I was like, no, do not come. Whatever you do not come. I sent her a picture and said, I'm fine. Doesn't even hurt. All right. Which it didn't. It didn't really hurt that bad, which really surprised me. Because I thought, thinking back, you would think that getting whacked in the face with a badminton racket would really hurt. But the only thing that really hurt was the side of my head, where the side of the racket had caught. My nose didn't really hurt at all. So Dad came, picked me up, made fun of me. Like, man, what happened to you? Gosh, your face looks terrible. And we went to the doctor. Okay. Excuse me. Now, I live in a pretty small town, so the doctor, we went to the doctor's office in town, and they don't get much. It was flu season, so they were getting a bunch of kids with stuffy noses is pretty much all they had. So my dad had called ahead and told them that we were coming, and they were all excited, right? We walked in, they treated us like a trauma patient. Like, they were like, okay, come right back here, come on, let's go. All right, you're the one. Okay, come on, all right, back here, come on. So we went back, and so it was so weird because, like, we went back there and they were talking about stitches. I'm like, oh God, please do not stitch my nose. And then, I mean, the doctor's talking to my dad, of course, not to me. And I'm just sitting there listening. And he says, I don't think we could do stitches because of where it's at on his nose. So I think we're going to have to glue it back together. And I'm just sitting there like, glue? You're going to super glue crazy glue my nose together. What? I was confused. I'm like, oh God, what's gonna happen? What? So my dad's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever you think you should do. So the doctor comes with this tube of glue. It legit looked like crazy glue or super glue or gorilla glue. And so he took the bottle. This is like, I'm cringing thinking about this. So it was the weirdest feeling. It was the most pain I had the entire process of it, because he took the bottle of glue and stuck it right along where the cut was and dragged it across the bone of my nose. Like, to drag the tip of the glue gun or glue bottle across the tip of my nose, squeezing glue out. You could feel the glue on the bone while he was dragging the tip across the bone. It was the weirdest feeling ever. And he's just like, all right, you're fine. They put a bandage on it and told me, just don't mess with it or anything. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And then my dad said, you want to go back to school? I'm like, no. No, keep me out. I don't want people to see me like this. So I had to go to school for a week with a big old gash across my nose, bandaged up every day. That was pretty rough. But yeah, and then my friend, he's like, I'm so sorry. Oh God, I've scarred you. I'm like, I don't really, you're okay, bud. You're fine. It's okay. And then he's trying to make me feel better. He's like, Olivia told me chicks dig scars. Caitlin told me, and all these people were telling him chicks dig scars and stuff. I'm like, dude, chill out. It's not gonna scar that bad. I mean, it didn't. I already had a scar from a ping pong game in basically the same spot. We're not gonna talk about that today, though. But yeah, that is the story of how I have of why and how I have a scar directly across the bridge of my nose, like right in between my eyes, that part of the nose right there. I have a scar right there from a badminton game. That's the story. I hope you all enjoyed this. You know, I might do another video like this. I've got a lot of stories to tell. But I don't know. If y'all like it, let me know. Tell me what you want next. Game ideas, whatever. Just give me ideas. I need ideas. Making content is hard. But yeah. So y'all can now pull out your marshmallows, roast them over this beautiful campfire right here. Maybe roast a hot dog or a rotisserie chicken, or whatever you want to do, really. But I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep knowing that I will forever have a nose with scars all over it because of my friend didn't do badminton well. If you're watching this video, friend that hit me in the face with a badminton racket, you're not. But if you do 20 years from now, thanks. No, I'm just kidding. Screw you. You ruined my life. But yep, that's gonna do it. So, hope y'all enjoyed. See you next time. Goodbye.